Hey guys, welcome back. I get the question all the time. How fast can I make money in real estate? That's what this video is about, and I'm going to tell you exactly how fast you can do it too. All right, I got several points to make. Is 3 weeks fast enough for you? And then how did I do this? And then finally, how one thing can turn into another. So I promised to answer how fast can you make money in real estate, but before I do, I've got to tell you a story. I wanted to wholesale houses. I was trying to buy houses, but it was a really hard market to do it in. And I was also working tons and tons of hours on base. So I'd have to get the Army base by 6 a.m. and most of the time I wouldn't leave until 7 p.m. That's 13-hour days. And then a lot of times we'd be in the field training or away or deployed or always gone. So that was pretty hard. I was not really doing well in buying houses when I first started out. But here's the thing, I was going down the road searching for answers, searching for ways that I could do this better, because at the end of the day, I had a huge why. I wanted to be home more often. And you're probably wondering, like, how does this tie into how fast I can make money in real estate? Well, stick with me here, stick with me. So I was trying to make money in real estate as fast as possible because I wanted to get out of the military. I was so tired of being gone, away from my brand new baby, away from my wife that wanted to see me. And I was just getting worn out, mostly. So I needed to make money in real estate fast. So I was listening to a podcast and I heard about this guy. This guy was doing crazy things I'd never heard of before. He was buying land at absolute massive discount. I mean, like 10, 20 cents on the dollar, and turning around and selling this stuff to people at an easy down payment and an easy monthly affordable payment. And what was this stuff? It was land. It was totally land. I had a list of tax delinquent properties, and there was 687 parcels of vacant raw land on this list where people had not been paying their taxes on this land. So I mailed out this list, 687 of them. I mailed a simple postcard. It was white and black, handwritten. It said, "Hey, my name is Brent Bowers and I'd like to buy your property on 123 Main Street." Most of the time it didn't even have the 123 number because there was no actual physical location address, because most of the time on vacant raw land, there's no actual real physical address. There's only a street name. So it was mostly the time like West Drive or Calahoo Drive, things like that. So I would say, I want to buy your property on Calahoo Drive. If you're interested in an all cash offer, I do everything. It's completely simple. Call me. Out of that 687 letters, my phone rang over 85 times. I got about 85 voicemails. I only had time to reply to about 20 of these calls. Out of these 20 calls, I did 2 land deals that both of them netted me over $4,500 in actual net income and profit. So how long did this take? How fast did I make money in real estate? From the beginning, from when I heard that podcast and when I sent those postcards out to the time I got paid on that first deal was exactly 3 weeks. And let me break it down. Let me tell you how I did this. So that first land deal was $285. Yes, you heard me right, $285, not $285,000. This was a piece of land that was not buildable, and this gentleman had not been paying his taxes for many years. I bought this land from a retired CPA, a certified public accountant, and I had no clue what it was worth. And I was so afraid to write him the check for this land. And I actually went and looked at it before I did it. And me and my wife and our brand new baby at the time, it was maybe like 3 months old, we were looking at this land. It was so beautiful. And it was on the street called Lake Avenue. And I couldn't figure out why it was not buildable. Well, as we're leaving the land, I was completely baffled on still what it was worth. I kid you not, it's almost as if God had planted a real estate office at the bottom of this hill for me to call this real estate office and figure out what this land is worth. So I called them. I picked up the phone and I called on a Saturday, and lo and behold, there was a nice realtor there to answer the phone. And she's like, "Yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about. I know the piece of land, I know the street, and here's why it's not buildable. It's not buildable because there's only one ingress and egress. So in other words, there's only one escape route for the firefighters. So if there's houses built, they can't get out. They can only get out one way." So it's like, well, great. what could I sell this land for in the next 30 days? I want your 30-day blowout price. I don't want to hold this land for a year. I want the fastest price I can sell this thing for. She goes, well, I don't know about 30 days, but I think you can sell it in about 45 days for $10,000. So I did the math in my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm buying this land for $285 and I can sell it for $10,000. No brainer, I'll do the deal. So I thanked the realtor for her time and hung up with her. And I'm telling my wife this, and then the phone rings again. And this realtor calling me back. I didn't even finish telling my wife all the things she had told me, and she's calling me back and says, hey, would you be interested in selling the land to me? And I was like, sure, what are you offering? She said, $5,000. I was like, okay, when can you close? She said, on Wednesday. I was like, okay, it's Saturday, 4 days from now? She said, yeah, I can close on Wednesday. I was just so excited. I was asking her all these questions. And I said, great, we have a deal. And so she sent me the contract. I called the seller back. I said, hey, can I meet you on Tuesday and give you the $285 and you bring the deed to me? He said, sure, why not? So I met the seller on Tuesday, paid him the $285, and then drove that deed to the title company and picked up my $5,000 check on Wednesday. Like I said, from the time I heard that podcast, from the time I picked that $5,000 check up, exactly 3 weeks. So hopefully that answers the question of how fast you can make money in real estate. So if any of this is at all valuable to you, hit that like button and I'll keep going. All right, so that's how I did the first one. I want to now talk to you about how one thing leads to another. So on this second deal, I told you I did 2 deals out of those 20 phone calls that I had time to return. I couldn't imagine if I would have returned all 85 of them, or maybe brought on a friend or a partner, AKA a team member, to help me close more of these. But I wasn't thinking like that in the beginning. I mean, you show me any business owner without a team, I'll show you a business owner that struggles and hates their life, because you basically own the job. You only want to buy and sell land for so long, and you eventually want to hire people that do what they do best, because you're not good at everything. As a business owner, we try and do everything, but we need to focus on the things that are best suited for us. So enough of my team soapbox. So how one thing led to another. The second parcel of land, this one was almost 5 acres next to a state park. And once again, another non-buildable parcel of land. I mean, I'm dealing with the most bottom of the barrel land here. That's how I'm getting the stuff at $500 and $285. So the second parcel is almost 5 acres next to a state park. But the reason why it was non-buildable is because you actually did not have ingress and egress, legal access to the land, because you had to trespass against state park to get to it. That's why I got it at such a massive discount. I got this land for $500. I remember driving to Denver, Colorado to meet this seller, and her front porch was way bigger than my entire house. So she wasn't hard up for cash. She had just owned this land for many, many years, and her husband had passed away several years ago, and he's the one that purchased this land just on a whim one day. So she did not care about this land whatsoever. She just didn't want to have to deal with it anymore. So she gave it to me for $500. I remember sitting on the porch trying to negotiate with her and get it even lower, but she said, nope, it's definitely worth well over $500. That's what you're gonna pay. And then I remember when I was leaving, she goes, I have no idea what you're gonna do with this godforsaken land. And I, at that time, didn't either, until I got home and I put the ad on Craigslist. 5 acres next to the state park, not buildable, because there's no ingress and egress. There's no legal access to this land, so you will need a real estate attorney to get you access. I disclaimed everything I knew, and I was going to sell it at a discount because you technically cannot access this land. So my terms were $500 down and $400 a month for the next 12 months. So what is that? $400 times 12 months. So that's $4,800 plus the $500 down. So I got my $500 back out of the deal. So I had no more risk. My money is back out of the deal. So when you get your money back on every one of these transactions right away, how many of these can you do? You can do as many as you like, as long as you're getting your money back faster. And eventually, you start with one passive income note, and then the second and the third, and it all kind of just starts to compound on itself. I put this Craigslist ad out, and I actually went onto the land and took pictures. I walked across the state park to do it. But the next day, I had someone give me $500 down, and we did a contract for deed to where they're gonna pay me $400 a month for 12 months. And this guy would bring me cash every single month. And that's how fast. I would say I did this one a week later. So it took me technically 4.5 weeks. 4.5 weeks to do 2 profitable deals. Each one profited me over $4,500 net profit in 4 weeks. So the first 2 are the hardest. I actually thought, is this too good to be true? And then it turned into a third deal. and a fourth deal. And then I was focusing on the passive income side of it because I wanted to be paid monthly for each one of these deals. So guys, this is not too good to be true. If you're at all interested in this, if your interest is piqued and you want to learn more, go to thelandsharks.com, schedule a call, book a call. One of my team members will get on a call and see exactly, what your blueprint is, what you're trying to accomplish in real estate. And if we can help you, I'd be honored to coach you.